Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the ARC broadcast. This is our 8th race, and this is the American Canadian 150. This is at Oxford Plains Speedway. Oh, sorry. Just catching my eye. Some of these cars and the exit off of pit road here is a little bit of a mess, and you can see the whole track is a little bit odd. Just watching it, you can see that there is no fencing off that part. There is just a runoff. Go straight down and watch as they go by, just straight off into the grass, as they just did, as they connected. That is the 93, and I cannot see. Oh, the number 7 just spinning out. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our information for this race. So far, we got a 47 degrees track temperature on our track, but the actual degrees temperature outside is 27 degrees Celsius. Wind temperature does not matter at 15 kilometers an hour, especially not in the super late models. They're too swirly anyway, so it would not matter too much. This is in Minnesota. This track is 3/8 of a mile. This is race 8 of 11. We only have 3 races to go after this one. If I pull up the scoring so far, we have not that many. We have a really tight battle, and with not that many races to go. This is without Thompson in here, I think. But this was just a little bit ago, and this was. You can see the points still being close. I can pull up the exact doc, and this is what we are looking at here. Thompson Motor Speedway points have not been put in, so we are just waiting. So that's what we have to wait for, and then we have, of course, Oxford Plains Speedway right now, and then we have that, and then we have our last 2 races are going to be the fast tracks, Bristol and North Wilkesboro. 2 good tracks as we watch the number 7 spin out. Oh, and the 89 almost in synchronization. That's a crazy thing to watch. So we watch them. Oh, 7 stuck on that mound, holding up the light post for night races. Watch Nickel as he hits the wall too, out into the grass. We're going to watch this. It's going to be hard to hold on. Oh, the 89 also into the mound. I don't know what type of chaos is going on at this moment, but there is a lot of it. Let's reload some textures, make sure everything is running right. Oh, okay, the number is 7, I think that is too. Still, I think he's finally gotten himself unstuck. This track is interesting. Almost no banking. There is a little bit, but not much. That is Donati. He has the usually has the I think it's Dr. Pepper. No, I don't know what it is. I can't usually tell. It is a it's a beverage vehicle. I think it's 7 brew is what it said. But his wasn't loading properly. When we're looking at this track, you can look and see there is very little banking. I'd say about as much as Martinsville, maybe less. That's an approximation of about that. So about yeah, that's about accurate. Looking at that, you see the 3/8 of a mile. That is turning quick, and as we're watching that, I mean, that is Nickel talking to some of the other people on the radio. We cannot hear them. That will we may listen to a couple driver radios if they're talking through there, but usually they talk. If we're looking through here, though, you can watch as they go through and sorry, my brain just and watch as they go through, and this 89 spins out right at that entry, and the reason is because of that banking. So the banking is entering weird. It's similar to Martinsville entry, but it is a little bit wider and it opens differently to say, but it has that banking in the same way, as in low banking, but with actually a pretty high speed track. And I would have to say we're going to have to switch cars because Alan is actually keeping himself on track pretty good. 73 of Targi. We watched him. Actually, I think it was right. Flip into the air before going live. That was interesting to say the least. Watch as some of these cars go right to the edge of the track. It's almost like if you ever watched the old NASCAR races in Michigan, they would go right to the track to maintain their speed. You can't get that momentum. You can't get the car to twist the way you want it without spinning itself out and hitting it. Just that. Do just what the 51 just did. And watching what Targi and I think Alan was doing, but I think he must have flipped or done something. And watching what some of these guys are doing, you have to get in the balance of loose, because you're going to be loose this whole track. This whole track it's going to be both loose and you're going to be fighting your car. But you have to keep it from spinning at the same time, because if you spin it, your race is over. We have 0 fast repairs in the series. Every single race, no fast repairs. Your damage is your damage. You go to the pits, you repair it. And if you don't have the time, which you will, this is 150 laps here. This is a small track. It is going to run pretty quick. I mean, you can pop up tower and look at some last times. They're running about 15-second laps. Watching 93 car of Donati just slam into that fence. We're going to see a lot of that happening at this point. Oh, Fabian is going a little wide there. 89 into that mound again. That's exactly where he flipped too. As he hit one of those mounds. I could probably pull up the screenshot before the race, before we in stream, because that was an interesting thing to see. Because he went into the air and hit those mounds right. He will get some air, quite a bit actually. He flipped. 89 spinning himself out again. Richmond is flipping. And we have a lane on track now. So we have a 10th car, or a 9th car, my bad. We have Richie, who is going to be our slowest right now with a 16.66 lap time. The last one by. Oh, and the 73 of Targi got into Richie there. Other cars coming by. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a mess there. That's a pile up there. Targi and Richie there got into each other. A little bit of a pile up as we're watching Lane have to go off track to let the 89er right to go by. As he is usually one of the fastest ones, as he is right now. With best lap time, he is running just below Richmond. But that last one, he was not running that fast. Ooh, 89 into the mounds again. Ooh, I think he just skirted right past them. Watching 73 on the outside. Ooh, blinking. Are you going to try to pass? This is going to have a lot of switchbacks, this track, too. A lot of action if they can stay close together, which seems their lap times are pretty close together for their fastest laps. And once you get going, it's going to be back to back to back. And there is not going to be as much lap traffic. I mean, if there is going to be lap traffic, somebody's a lot quicker. And Richie is about half a second off. So he would get lapped pretty quickly at that speed. If we look at last lap time, he would also get lapped pretty quickly at that speed, running pretty slow. And a lot of these guys are. Target, ooh, 88 a lane into the wall. 88. And he got into the garage quick, so he didn't cause a pile-up like we saw earlier. We're watching. Let's go back into Fabian, or Fidel. We'll just call him by first names, because we've learned a little bit about these guys. We've watched them for about 8 races now. Well, I have. I haven't been able to get some of these streams working. We've had some technical issues, which I apologize. We'll have another series, I think. It'll be a different series, but it'll be another season coming along eventually. There'll be more information about that coming out soon. Well, not soon, after this all ends and get it all figured out. I think it'll be trucks, if I'm correct. That's what I've been told so far. Let's watch a Rot. He's usually setting some fast pace. See how he passes people. Ooh, right onto that bumper. It spins the 51 out. I mean, that isn't really a pass. That's just dumped him into the corner there. As we watch, let's go back to Target. So, I mean, if we watch right, we might see some more people getting dumped into the corner there. Lane was doing pretty good. He had some decent lap times with about 6th place. He's setting some decent lap times still. It's just he's consistent. Is what he is. But he is spinning himself tires there. He had to save himself there. And watch those tires swirl there into that corner, and he saves it. These cars always are squirrely. Always on that edge, that limit of where you can push them to. At that limit, it is almost terrifying to look from the driver's seat of these cars. If you've ever watched them in person, you'll probably hear tires squealing, or if you're actually at a good one, you won't hear the tires squealing. You'll just see a lot of people pushing a lot of cars really hard, and it's incredible what these cars can do. It's just, they're really hard to control. With about 8 seconds left in practice, we're about to go to qualifying next, and after that, we will start the race as the 88 of Lane spins out as they start at the end of practice, into the wall. Watch Fidel as end off practice. Now, looking at our lap times, we're going to see probably Richmond, Wright, and Fidel. We can look at the best lap times. I say we were going to probably watch whichever one of those 3 comes out first. So Wright came out first. We're going to watch him and do his lap. Warm up those tires. Get him a bit better grip through here. Again, these cars are on the edge. Goes for a wide arc to get a good bit of speed into the start-finish line as he goes for his first timed lap. Got some good speed here. Going into that 3 and 4. He's going to come back to the finish line, ending his first lap, and he is going to set a 15.73. See if anybody else can beat that. Richmond with a 15.95, and Wright is going to come back to end his second lap with a, what was it? Second lap. We can look at that. with a 15.7274, and Fidel with a 15.72. And we got Donati with a 16.09, Nickel with a 15.80. Watch this, Nickel probably he's ended his lap by going into the runoff area. Seems like a lot of people have ended theirs like that. Watching as Allen is pulling off to, I think, start his, see if he makes that wide arc like everybody else did. That wide arc gives you a lot more speed into starting your first lap. You can get some good lap time for that first one. And it's usually better to do it on that second lap. Starting from the first one, you can get some more tires warm into your tires. And there you go. Second lap sets for a good run up. Get some good speed. And this is Allen. Right now he's in fifth with 16.06. Let's see what time he can set for this one. This is his fast lap. Watch as it crosses the start-finish line, and he will have a 15.68 starting, and so far that is pole position. Lane is still in. I think he's going to start soon. We still have a little bit of time in qualifying. Targi has not started, and Richie has not done qualifying. Let's watch Lane's qualifying effort here. Warming up those tires again, just like right. Wide arc on the first lap. Get some good speed into it. Starting his first lap. Maybe some people do good on their first lap and then don't do as well on their second. Allen did the opposite of that, which is what most people, at least real life, that seems to be what you do. You set up a good first lap to get a good momentum going into your second lap. Watch Lane set a 15.76 on his first one. Getting a little squirrely through that corner as he saves it. And he's coming into his second lap, and it's going to be a bit slower, I would say, at least at the way he was running through there. Squirrely. Ooh, and he spins out to the start-finish line. That will be much slower. Take a look at that lap time for Lane. That was a 16.43, much slower as he spun himself around. We're waiting on, at the moment, for Targi and Richie. Waiting for them to do their qualifying effort. After that, we will be off to the races here at the American Canadian 150. Now let's talk again about race info. See if the track temperature has actually warmed. I think it's warmed up to 51 degrees Celsius. Actual temperature outside, air temperature 28 degrees Celsius, 17 kilometer an hour wind, and if you're not American, if you don't use the our our units of measurement, and you want to use a metric, the track length is 0.56 kilometers, and the altitude isn't going to matter. I don't even know why that's put in here. Let us take a look as we're waiting, I think, still for some of these to either qualify or qualifying to end. Which, if I show time, we got about 3 seconds left in qualifying as we are about to grid after this. And turning it back on to laps instead of time. Gridding is about to start. Let's show, not results, show grid. Now let's go over our grid, everybody. We got Allen in the number 7 car with a 15.684 lap time. In our pole position, we got number in this runner-up position for at least outer position. We have Fidel in the 51 car with about not much slower of a time. In the number 89 car, we have Jamie Wright with again not much off of the leader of Allen. We have Richmond in the number 71 car. Richmond in the number 71 car, again, not much off. And then we get to Lane in the 88 car, Nickel in the number 6 car, Donati in the 93, and Targi in the 73, as well as Richie in the 24. Targi and Richie did not qualify, so we do not know what they would have ran. They've just decided to not qualify. So let's take a look from our pole position. let's take a look from inside the car. As we pace the field, we will look inside the car, and we will start up the. We'll start by showing the dashboard and show a little bit of how they run the first lap. Something I prefer to do here. We can show driver inputs if you want. That is how the steering wheel reacts, and immediately show dashboard, and we can show the ticker. Now, as we start to pace the field, these laps do not count because these are starting pace laps. It is going to show it up here in the laps as they do count, but they will not count. We'll probably pace this track 1 or 2, maybe 3 times, depending on how much the pace car. Where it's a shorter track, it does tend to do it 2 or 3 times. If you go to bigger tracks, we will not pace as many times. So coming up to here, we watch as he is right on the bumper here. As we go back out, is Fidel on his outside. So this will be an interesting race to watch, as these two are not far off in qualifying. And in iRating, if you look at that part, they are quite a bit similar too. Just about 600 off, but Alan has not been running as well in these cars as Fidel has. It has been in some tracks, not as well in others. As we are about to go green, let's take a look on the outside as they go green. As we are green now at the American Canadian 150 at Oxford Plains Speedway. Alan has gotten a good jump on that start, as we can watch here as he is how they turn and everything goes here. You look down in the bottom right corner, you can see those speeds. Again, it's quite a fast track for how short it is. We can watch 1 or 2 laps here, just to give you a bit of a heads up on how this is going. And let's now, actually we're not going to show that many, let's show back to what we were doing. Let's go back to the top. Now it is right behind Alan, and he is running, let's see what lap times. Last lap, it seems to be that Rott is running slightly quicker than Alan at a 15.63 compared to a 15.66. And we are going to watch as they come back to the flag, and we're back to 4 laps in, and it's Alan running faster now, as it's Richmond on the bumper of Rott. This is quite a top field at the moment, as we have watched Fidel fall back quite a few places. He's down 2 places from the start, only 5 laps in. As we watch, we can see the rest of the field is just kind of falling in line. 93 of Minardi. Oh, Fidel is out a little bit, and we have the first caution of the day and 5 laps in. Seems so far that Richmond has our fastest lap time with a 15.50. That is correct. Here, if we look on the right, this is our best lap times. We can watch this as they pace the field for a little bit. Richmond, fastest lap time, then it's Wright, then Allen. Allen is not running as fast as he was. He is running faster, rather, than he was in qualifying, but it is not faster than everybody else. And we're watching as they are into the pacing. We are pacing the field for a little bit, as we are still single file. When we go double file, that will mean we are about to go back to green. That we will know that we're about to go double when the lights on the pace car go off and we cross that finish line. Usually, that's how you tell. Usually you can tell the flag bearer will have some sort of signal, and that is how we can tell when we are about to go back to 1 lap to go, and then back from there it is back to green flag racing. Probably go back on 10 laps, 10 or 9 or 10 laps into the race. We will go back to green flag racing, as we can watch as the best lap times are there. But if we look at the best lap times at the back of the field, Richie is quite a bit off pace for the best lap time. Cargie is about off. Everybody else is off of the pace for the fastest lap time, as we are double file now, as everybody is beside each other. We're about to go back to green flag racing, as we are coming back around for turns 3 and 4, as the pace car is about to pull off. It is now pulled off, and everybody. 7 is about to start, and we are back to green flag racing. 89 is getting a little bit of a run through that corner, going wide through there to get a little bit more speed through there, through the straight, as he is right on the bumper of the 7, trying to squeeze himself in between the 7 and the 71, trying to make himself some room, but he can't. Oh, he has made himself room now. Trying to get that 7 out of that bottom groove so he can get himself momentum into that corner. He's going for a little bit of something like you would see at a regular short track race, but he is trying to move him almost, and he has just gotten through to him there as the 89 and the 7 are side by side. 7 is out of that way, and the 89 is going to take the lead. Oh, don't count him out yet, but it seems to be the 89 has a much faster pace. We can watch back the gaps between these cars and the last lap times. It seems the 71 is going to try and squeeze past the 7 as well. 7 is going to get pushed 2 positions back as well, as Lane is up a position as well. It seems like he has passed Fidel, who has fallen back 4 positions, fallen back through the whole field now. They started in 2nd, now back in 6th position. As we have Wright and Richmond, who else did we expect to see in the 1st and 2nd position? They are going to be battling all race, I would say. Unless somebody gets in an accident, it will be these 2. As we go back and continue racing, it is just single file racing. Nobody's trying to make a move. It is just clean. Everybody is just on their way. Like, pretty much just traffic, you would see. We watch the gap. We do have a person 1 lap down. That is Donati. I do not know how that would have happened. It must have been hit or gotten an accident. I can check, but it seems like he may have just been slow enough to get lapped. But he's still in the back with everybody else, so it's a bit confusing how he's a lap down. It may have been lag as well. So watching here, it's just still a single file racing. And, I mean, 88 is trying to, 88. Nickel is trying to make a move on the 88. He is, I think, trying to get a little bit of a wider arc through these corners. As, Fidel is right on his bumper now after making that wide arc. Did not get as much speed as I think he thought he would. As Fidel is coming through. Ooh, he cuts him off a little bit there and slows him down. As I think we're going to have a little bit of a battle here between Fidel and Nickel. But these lap times were not comparable before. Nickel and Fidel were way off in lap times. So it's just going to be a battle of attrition at this point of, can Fidel wait it out to see if he can make the pass? And it seems like he's backed off a little bit. I think he may be waiting for the perfect opportunity, as it is these 47, the 88, and the 7. Back to back to back. Watch the 88 trying to make a move on the 7 as the 47 tries to make a move on the 88. 47 makes a move on the 88, but can he complete it through this corner? That is going to be the question of the day. 47 is through, and he is side by side with the 88, and the 7 is still making some faster lap times. Is he going to pass him? Seems like the 88 is about to get passed by the 47 of Nickel. Nickel now up 2 positions in the 4th position, as we still have Allen, who is down 2 positions, starting from pole, now down into 3rd. Is Nickel going to try to make that pass? Go back up here and watch the 2 leaders for a second, as it is Richmond trying to go a little bit on the outside to make some momentum to try and pass the 89 of Wright. But Wright has just got that speed, that raw speed, but 71 is still right up on his bumper. And we're going to watch as that Richmond still had slightly slower, but slower pace than Wright did that whole lap, even despite making those moves. Ooh, he gets a little bit up on the curb. That's going to slow him down a bit. As we're about to come back to 28 laps in, this is a fast track for how long it is, actually. It's about 3/8 of a mile, so moving quite quickly through here, and you can make your momentum and carry it through these corners. That's the problem, though, is you have to make your corners, you have to move your corners to make these passes. You can't just expect to keep your exact travel path. And oh, we have a caution out. Take a look back at who it was. It seems to be Fidel, who is flipped. Okay, we're going to have to take it back and do a rewind, and let's look at that. Fidel has somehow managed to flip. Oh, that was a whole... Everybody caught up in it. As we see, I think the 7 gets into the back of Nickel and hits the 51 of Fidel, who also, again, gets hit by the 88 and is on his roof. Everybody gets involved in that slightly. Fidel just could not catch a break. He has gotten hit several times and gotten involved in a few accidents that were not involved with him. He did not intend to and does not have any reason to be involved in them, as we are now 31 laps in. We watch the two leaders, Wright and Richmond, as they will be the ones I think will have the highlight of the race during, as Lane is now in third. How he ended up here is a question to behold, as a couple of people are pitting. I think these are the ones who ended up with some damage. Like Allen, Nickel, Fidel, yes. These are some ones with some damage after that accident. Second caution of the day on lap 30. No, lap 29. We had our second caution of the day. And we're going to watch as they pace for a little bit longer. And I think we won't have our whole field out by the time we get to the green flag, as we are now going back to double files. We are coming back to the green flag, as the rest of the field, I think, will be racing back to see if they can make something to get back here. See if we can see a Kyle Busch style thing. Kyle Busch, where he made a move one time to get back to the field by running it harder and just had momentum to carry it through into the green flag. Oh, it seems like they're going to call the caution back out for another lap. Going to continue here. Seems like we're not going to see Kyle Busch pull off that move there. And we are now double file, as everybody is waiting, as Fidel is just now pulling out of his pit. Oh, and he is back into the... he is now wrecked slightly. I think he just hit the curb. As we are back to green flag racing, everybody. Can't keep up with it because we were watching to see if Fidel was going to get back for it. It seems like we are not, because we are back. As we watch the 89 go back, and he is still in the lead with 71 on his rear bumper. 88 of Lane is still keeping up with them, though, as the cars that were involved in that accident are a little bit slower, it seems. We can watch some of these, as 88 is kind of in that weird gap position between all of them, as Nickel is trying to fend off this whole pack of Lane, Tarky, and Richie. He is trying to fend it off as he is catching up to Lane. We're going to see if he can make that position, or is he going to get passed by Allen first? Allen is right up on that rear bumper. We're watching this. Let's watch some of these lap times. Nickel is faster than Lane. Allen is faster than Nickel. And Richie is faster than Targy at the moment. Coming back around, it seems to be almost a similar story. Except, it seems to be an identical story. Except the fact that Lane is actually moving quicker now. We're going to watch as Nickel is running some fast lap times right now, I think, just trying to get away from that car of Allen. 7 car is on his bumper. He does not want to see it there. But every time he speeds up, Allen speeds up. And they are just back to back. And then we have the two other cars in the back of the field battling. That is Targi and Richie. Richie is slightly faster than Targi right now as he is running outer line to get a little bit of momentum to try to make the pass. As we can see, if we're going to see if Richie can make that pass. Right up on the bumper, but I don't know if he has it. As we were watching, still, Nickel with number 7 car of Allen on his bumper, trying to pass lane. That's going to be a long-term battle. Watch the 71 of 8 and the 89. Ooh, 71 tries to get the light tap to the 89 to get him out of that groove of that corner. Ooh, they're right up on each other. We're catching back up to see. I think we're going to be catching up to Richie. So I think Targi has gotten away from Richie as we were watching our leaders catch up to our first little bit of lap traffic they're going to have to work around. And that is Richie, the 24 car. 89, 71. See how they're going to react to this and see if we can see anything else in the back here. These cars still getting closer. 89 and 71 still getting closer to that lap traffic. And we can still see if they are times they are setting. Richmond right up on his bumper, and we see that Richmond is still setting faster lap times. And this is what we want to see. Some the 89, the Nickel, Allen, all of these guys want to see these two battling at some capacity. Oh, and we see a car go off the track. That seems to be Carter Ritchie. Went off the track. How's he going to merge? He's going to do it safely. Seems like he has merged safely. And we are on lap 49, coming back to 50 now. As I think we were passing through turns 3 and 4. Coming back to lap 50. We are 1/3 of the way done, everybody. And let's take a look at our leaderboard as we go back. Rock up 2 places. Richmond up 2 places. Lane up 2 places. Nickel up 2 places. Allen is down 4. Targi is up 2. Richie is up 2. Fidel is down 6. And Donati is down 2. Seems like we've got a lot of these people who started on pole and close to pole have just fallen off or have climbed a bit more. As we have our next caution of the day, it seems like Allen has crashed. I think he just ran off the track. Oh, it seems like he got a little pelt to run off the track. Seems like he got a light bump from Nickel. Don't know if that was on purpose or if it was, oh, that was a light tap. That was not, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, as we see that they are spun out and Richie Nickel has crashed, is what it says. Let's see what happened with Nickel. Seems like he just got a little bit of front end damage. Carter Ritchie is up 2 positions, sitting in the 3rd position at the moment, with the lowest class license I think we have right now, with a C-class license at 1360 I rating. Incredible to see him here, but I think it's all just off of not even really strategy, but I think it would be some sort of strategy. He is not setting fast lap times. He is not at all, but Carter is just letting people by. So I think it might be wrong for him to be there. As we are back double file, everybody, and pace car is about to pull off right here. You can see the pit entrance by those 2 posts. And we are back to the start zone as the green flag is waving in the air now. And when the 89 gets a good jump as Nickel gives a bump to the 71 of Richmond and gets him out of that groove down there, as we are going to see possibly Nickel take the 2nd position. Nickel's getting a little aggressive here. Everybody's a little bit aggressive here. This track has no room to pass. You have to move people. That is how it usually works at short tracks. And some are worse than others. This tends to be one of the worst. Oh, 3 wide. How did we end up there? 3 wide at this type of track is not a good idea, as it is so small and so thin, and it's so thin in certain spots that you cannot try to pass. And you cannot. Ooh, as we're seeing Nickel try to get in here, and it's so spot you cannot try to pass. So why would you try to pass and make it 3 wide? As you're seeing that happen multiple times here. I've watched it. And it's just people backing off and getting pushed 3 wide, as they are not even intending to go there. So we're coming back to lap 60. Rott is still in the lead, and Nickel is now in 4th again, getting passed by Allen, who is now a lap down. If that is correct, must have been due to damages he had to get repaired. As the 89 has got a huge lead on the 71. He has got about a half a second lead, which at this track is quite a big distance, because it is only about 15-second laps. Show gap time at this moment, and we do have a couple people a lap down. Donati is out. Fidel is 4 laps down. Targi is a lap down. Allen is a lap down. Richie is 5. It's 5th place with about 3 seconds behind. He will probably go a lap down eventually. He runs a little off the pace, but he tries to keep going, and it is just keeping up that momentum and keeping it going. And he's actually got faster throughout the last couple races, I've noticed. As we watch, you see a little bit of cars getting swirly on that last corner there. We're coming back. We are close to about halfway through. In about 10 laps, we're halfway through, and that will make us. At that point, we will take a look at track temperature again quickly, and we will also take a look at some of the positions that people have moved. As we still see some of these people trying to pass Richmond, who on these last laps has been slower. Quite a bit slower. Richmond running an 15.95, and the person behind him, the 88 of Lane, running a 15.81. And now Richmond's back up to pace with 15.77, trying to catch the 89 car of Rott with a 15.83 lap speed that time, catching up a little bit. I think he just had a little pressure on it. We can show a little bit of weather right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, as our track temperature has cooled down. We're down to 43 degrees Celsius with a 29 degree Celsius air temperature and a 15 kilometer an hour winds, as we had 51 degrees Celsius starting temperature. That was during qualifying, and starting the race. And if we take a look back at Nickel's a little off the pace too. Targi is a lap down as well. So some of these battles we're seeing are not for position, but rather just not to get passed, not to get put closer to being another lap down. Letting somebody who's on the lead lap be behind you would have another car as a buffer. And that's kind of what we're seeing here is, I think the 7 car of Allen is trying to unlap himself by passing the 89 car of Rott, which he has just done. And the 88 car is behind Richmond and kind of gaining on Richmond at this point, as he had been the last little bit. He had faster lap times. Lane, not Rott, Lane, the 88 car, is running about even with Richmond. And if we come back this last time by, Lane was running faster. We're going to see if we can see the 88 car make some more passes. Coming back to lap 75, let's take a look at some of these passes, some of these positions gained. Jamie Rott in the 89 car with 2 positions gained. Jake Richmond, the 71 car with 2 positions gained. Garrett Lane with 2 positions gained in the 88 car. AJ Nickel in the 47 car with 2 positions gained. Carter Ritchie in the 24 car, with 4 positions gained. Allen, Luke Allen, in the 7 car with lost 5 positions. Targi gained 1 position in the 73 car. Fidel Fabian, or Fabian, however you say that, in the 51 car with the lost 6 positions. And Nick Donati, who is out of the race, has lost 2 positions from the starting place in the 93 car. Now that is just a midways through the race report. Let's get back to commentary. Let's take a look. Why is Nickel off the pace? See if he's driving a bit differently or if it's something different. See if he has any damage. I think it's just he's driving something entirely different than he should. Let's look at Allen, who is in front of Wright now, as he is running some pretty decent pace at a 15.78, fastest in the field right now. I think he's trying to unlap himself and get back up to the leaders, trying to catch back up to probably Richie, who is behind Fidel. And Fidel is just a little bit in front of Targi. And then Targi is just a little bit in front of Allen. He is catching up. It's what his goal is, I would say. Just try to get back as many positions as he can. I don't know if he can catch back up to the leaders and try to gain the lead again. At least not in, at least not less than 100 laps. It's possible, but it would take a miracle almost. And that's, you can't count him out. You can't count anybody out. This is super late. And if there was a caution, it bunches them all together. There's so many things that could happen that could just bring him back to where he needs to be. And that's why you just can't count anybody out, not even Target. A lap down. But if you put another lap down, as we were watching them just run single file. 24 car of Richie is running some decent pace with a 16.19, trying to pass Fidel, 16.17 last lap by. Running, looks like there was a noise. Somebody crashed or hit that wall, I wonder. Seems to not be. It seems to be a noise from the crowd or something. So, just, usually you can hear the noise of the car crashing before you can usually get to click to it. And, that's what I thought I heard. So, let's take a back look at the gap. So, we got about second between first and second, 2 seconds between second and third, 2 seconds between third and fourth, 5 seconds between fourth and fifth, and 5 seconds between 5th and 6th. And then we got 2 laps between 6th and 7th, and then 2 laps between 7th and 8th. Seems to be mostly just running the laps at this point, trying to finish the race, as it's not much people can catch up, as Wright is pulling away. Richmond is kind of catching him, but at about a .03 pace. Lane is slower than Richmond. Dickel is a little bit faster than Lane. Oh, and we have a caution. Seems like the car of, who was that? Carter Ritchie has crashed. What had happened? It says seems to be Carter Ritchie. Did he just spin? Yeah, it's just a spin. Yep. It just spun. He's doing so well to get that position he had. Good race, good run for him so far. And he still has a long ways left to go. Just got to run it. Allen got past him, so he's now in 6th. Still up 3 positions. As we are going to go back to bunch back together as we're... I think Richie is going to be the only one who doesn't hit. I think everybody's taking their tires right now. This is a halfway mark pit stop. as it seems, the 71 got off, then the 89, then Lane, then Nickel, then Fidel. As everybody is pitted, that seems to leave only Richie out on new tires. I think he found his pit stall. That's a real quick pit stop. That was an interesting pit stop. I don't know what happened there. Targi is still sitting in his pit box. Is he getting damage? Or is Targi just out? See, Targi is just pitted for now. As we are back double file, everybody, and we are about to go back to green flag racing. This gives us a whole new field to run with for a little bit. As the pace car is going to pull off in just a second. As the pace car is pulling off now, we are about to go back to the restart zone, and we are starting back, and green flag is in the air. We are back to green flag racing. 7 is in the lead right now. 89 on his bumper. About to push him. I thought he was going to push it 3 wide for a second. Richmond trying to go around the 7 car. As we're watching some of this kind of get bunched up at this point, as we have some actual racing going on now. As the 7 is kind of causing a block there. 89 tries to go around him. 47 just taps the 7 out of the way. And we are now have Richmond, Wright, Ickel, and then Lane, then Allen. Seems Richmond has set the fastest lap now with a 15.34. That would be our fastest lap time of the race so far. The next being Wright with a 15.43. That is correct. And we now are out on lap 100 out of 150. We are 2/3 of the way done, everybody. Let's continue watching Nickel as he's trying to catch these 2 giants of the field. We have Wright. We have Richmond. They have been battling each other. Nickel has been doing well. But these 2 are the ones who have won almost every single race. They've done well every single race. Nickel has done well too, but he has only won one. Wright has won how many at this point? He's won a lot. And let's go back to taking a look at last lap time. Let's see, is Nickel running faster than Wright? He is, but he is running slower this lap by. He's running faster the lap before. And we have just a little bit under 50 laps left. Can he make the pass in time? Just in time to make his move. To actually maintain his position and keep that position long enough to win. Or not win, but rather get the second place position he needs. And we watch as he's taking a little bit of a wider arc, trying to get that momentum to go down the straight. Slows down his entry speed a lot, but gets his exit speed a lot faster. A lot more momentum carried through that corner and out of that corner. Gets on that gas a little bit earlier than Wright or Richmond can, and they can't take that wider arc because they have each other right beside each other. They have each other right on each other's bumper. And when one of them takes that wider arc, the other can just go inside and push them to the outside of where they're going and take that position for the lead. So Nickel having that back person behind him, which is Lane, a little bit farther behind him, is giving him the ability to make these moves that he needs. He's now catching up the gap between first, second, and third being about less than a second. And Nickel is still making some momentum through these corners to catch him, but he's stopped making that momentum arc. He's only doing it through one corner, and it is seeming to work partly. It works till he gets up close, and then when he gets back up close, it doesn't. Seems like it is still working, though, because he's still getting there. About 0.75, 3/4 of a second. Yeah, 3/4 of a second. We are 110 out of 150 laps, 40 laps to go. And these three are going to be the ones that we are going to have a battle with. It's going to be, more than likely, it's going to be Richmond and Wright. But is Nickel going to be able to do anything? Going to be able to catch up? Are we going to be able to do anything here? Or is it just going to be these two battling? Wright has gotten right up on that bumper of Richmond, and he just cannot get past him. He's trying to go for that outside line. See if he's going to shoot it back the inside, but does not have it because Richmond's defending it a bit more. Nickel's getting a bit closer because of that one. Wright is definitely making that, like, it is diamonding almost. Go out and then cut back into the inside. Almost the diamond shape that you see at Bristol sometimes, which we will have, by the way, in 2 weeks. We'll be going to Bristol here with the Super Late Model Series here at ARC. It will be the same day. It'll be Wednesday, 2 weeks away. Same time, 7:50 to 8 o'clock will be when the stream starts. We would love to have you joining us for the stream. We seem to have two people pitting, which is Richie and Targi. I think they're just watching this race happen at this point. I don't know, because there would be not much of a reason to pit unless you have too much damage. And Fidel is 4 laps down. As we were watching, 71 gets a little bump from the 89. They are side by side on lap 117. Is the 71 going to retaliate there and give him something back? A slight bump from the 47 to the 71. They're all giving each other something. That battle right there, those two side by side, that's what this 89 wants to see. Gives him a little bit more room. A little bit at least. It seems like he's not going to have it for much longer as they're trying to go back to single file. As I think the 47 is going to try and get that speed back up so he can push that 89 out of the way and try to take the lead. This is a more aggressive track, as we can see these drivers taking it to the extreme sometimes. At about 20 laps in, you will see the lap marker change to 20 laps left to go. That is just a heads up. You see it changing there. We have 30 laps to go, everybody. And now, the 71's trying to get back past Nickel. Nickel is slightly slower than Richmond, and Wright is much slower out in that front position. He doesn't have to worry about trying to pass Nickel, and Richmond. And Richmond is trying to pass Nickel, so he can get back out there and try to give back, I think, what Wright gave him. Which Wright has given a little bump and given a little wiggle to get people out of that groove many times. And sometimes you have to give a Wright back to get him back out of the groove that he just got you out of. We have just a little bit left to go, everybody. Hang in there and hold on to your seats, because this is getting a bit more aggressive and a bit more interesting, as we have these 3 cars in the top 3 real close together. As hopefully we don't have another caution, because this is where it starts to get interesting. I am just seeing Richie start to come back out. Must have had some damage that he had fixed. Seeing what he was doing, he's trying to run with the pack, I think. And we're watching with 25 laps to go, coming back to 25 to go now. Seems like it changes at 25 now, not 20. So with 25 to go, let us take a look at our leaderboard. We got Jamie Wright in the 89 car, AJ Nickel in the 47 car. And then actually, wait, hold up. We might have a different leader in the second. We have a different position in the second. As 71 car, Richmond, slight tap to the 24 car. As they slow themselves down a lot. As I think Wright is going to get away and has a good chance of winning that now after that slight contact there. Gave them both a little bit of a wiggle and a little bit of looseness, and they almost lost it. But they kept it in, they kept it going, and they slight bumped each other. And also, the 24 car Richie got a little bit of a bump there. with 22 left to go. We have a 2-second gap between Rot and Nickel, and Nickel is not gaining. We look back at the last lap time, it seems that Rot is leagues faster. About point 20 almost. Faster than both of them. And that was this last flat by, and this is coming back again. We're going to see where this keeps going because we got Allen back here and Lane a little bit up ahead. A little bit behind, I mean. So can these two make up their time, or is this two going to be a battle for second, and is it going to be a battle for fourth? Because that's really what we're going to see. Because that first position's almost squared away unless we have a caution. And if we don't have a caution, it's just going to be a battle for first, second, and fourth, and that's if we even have a battle for those two. We'll definitely have a battle for second, as we have Nickel and Richmond right by each other, and Richmond is running faster lap times, as we saw earlier. As we go back to here, Richmond is running at 16.26, but actually Nickel ran a 16.06 this last time by. As we run back here, and we will be talking to the winner if we can. It depends, however, if they are available. Mostly, we just need a little bit of an interview from our winner. If it is Rob, we'll just be talking to him because he has won so many of these races. And this track has been a mess, and we've seen a lot here. I can pull up a lot of the things that happen here. Let's go on board with Rob and take a look as he is just past the 88 to put him a lap down. Let's go on board now. See how he's driving. Oh, you can hear those tires squeal. He's being a little rough on him. We got 15 laps to go, everybody. I think he's just trying to maintain his position. See, this whole time, his car is just on the edge of loose. On the edge of everything. It's going to spin out, but it isn't. It's just there. It's going, though. And at that point, we have behind them, let's look at Nickel, or Richmond behind Nickel, show his dashboard, and let's see if we can see a battle from the viewpoint of Richmond. See if we can see if he can make a pass here. 17 getting a little bit squirrely in that corner. As we're coming back with 12 laps to go, with about 10 to go, we're going to switch back to the regular camera. As I think we're coming back up on the 88. That's slowing the 47 down, giving a chance for the 71 to possibly make a pass. Can the 71 do it in time, though, with 11 laps to go? This is going to be something to see. Because we still have 10 laps to go coming back this time by. And we have two battles for position. One is much farther back. But these two are right up on each other's noses. Bumper to bumper. And maybe door to door when we cross the finish line. Rot is in another zip code, though, with about a 4-second advantage over Nickel. This is the problem with having these battles go on in second place, is you can't do it when your leader's this far away, because he just plots out in the field. This is Rot. This is where Nickel is. Richmond is right up on his bumper. He's trying to go to the inside. I don't know if we're going to see it. We got 7 to go, everybody. Coming back, we have Rot just leagues ahead still. Nobody's catching him. And we still have Nickel and Richmond right up on each other's bumper. And rear bumper to front bumper. And we're going to see what we can have. Just a little bit of a second, everybody. We're going to listen to some of the sounds of these cars. We go on. That is the last little bit. Nothing has progressed. So let's take a look back at commentary. We just wanted a lap of silence for the beautiful engines that iRacing has given us sounds for. So thank you for that, because that is a good sounding model for an engine. And we have 3 laps to go coming back here. And if we go back to right, we're coming back to 2 laps to go. It's coming back around. 2 laps. And we got 2 laps to go. Next flag he will see will be the white flag. And after that, the last thing he will see will be the checkered flag in this race. Last flag he'll see will be the checkered flag after this one. This is the white flag is in the air, and everything is official at this point. I don't think there is any green-white checkers. So as he is coming back around to take what is the checkered flag, the last thing he sees here is that checkered flag, and we have our winner, Rott, Jamie Rott. And then here we have Nickel in second, Richmond in third, Allen is coming back in fourth. Lane is fifth, Fidel sixth, Richie seventh, Hargy is eighth, Donati is ninth. Now let's watch Rott. Doing his burnouts for his win. Not his first time in this series to do these. He's done it a lot. It's happened a lot. He's won so many. And we're going to go interview him in just a second, everybody. Hold on tight, and we'll be right back. Just going to mute for a few seconds. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And we have Jamie Rott here, the winner. Well, what did you think of the track? Is the first question.
That race was something. During practice, it was absolutely miserable to drive. I didn't think it was going to be a. I didn't think it was going to be a very good race. But when we got into the actual race, it was pretty fun. So I actually really enjoyed it.
What do you what do you feel having won as many as you have right now races?
I didn't think I was going to do that good in this league. I had never ran the super late models before, and up until this point, I had only ever won one ARC race in the 6, 7 years I'd been here. So, yeah, I'm really glad I've won so many. I feel really good about my chances in the championship, and it's just really unexpected.
And well, coming up to the next few tracks, we have the last two are going to be the ones I wanted to comment on. How do you feel with your chances of those? Those are both high speed tracks. Bristol being the fastest, and North
Uh,
Wilkesboro um, also being high speed. How do you feel with your chances of coming up to the last 3 tracks?
I think with all the tracks remaining, they're going to be really good for me. They're kind of, I don't know if you'd call them generic short tracks. They're not like the last few we've ran where they're very complex and very different than all the rest of them. I'm really good at short tracks in every kind of style on iRacing, so I feel really good about the braking and the getting back on the throttle. And I think something that's separating me from everybody else is being able to save my stuff, which is really good for me. I can go long runs without losing a lot of time. So I feel really good about the last 3 races. I think I should have a very good shot at winning all of them.
Well, thank you, and good luck for the rest of the races, and congrats on your win.
Thank you.